The Jimmy Olsen Radio Network.
Spinal adjustments provided by Dr. Chad Rolfson. The Spinal Tuning Chiropractic Center is a Des Moines area low flat fee per month unlimited chiropractic care practice. When life happens, just adjust. Schedule today at spinaltuning.com. Barbecue provided by Kenny's Rib Wagon, catering ribs for your pleasure and serving daily at Plaza Pub, 62nd and Douglas in Des Moines across from Merle Hay Mall. Find Kenny's Rib Wagon on Facebook. The thoughts and opinions of this program are strictly those of the host and the guests, not necessarily shared by anyone in the universe, let alone shared by the host and the guest. Dimension, a measurable extent of some kind such as length, breadth, depth, or height, an aspect or feature of a situation, problem, or thing. Fear, an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat. Knowledge, facts, information, and skills acquired by a person through experience or education, the theoretical or practical understanding of a subject, awareness of familiarity gained by experience of a fact or situation. Imagination, the faculty or action of forming new ideas, or images or concepts or external objects not present to the senses. The ability of the mind to be creative or resourceful, the part of the mind that imagines things. A dimension, as vast as space and is as timeless as infinity, between light and dark, somewhere in the middle of science and superstition, lying between fear and knowledge, the dimension of imagination. Welcome to the Gospel Road. We're going to look at James 3 today. Yes, you heard all of that fancy stuff at the beginning. Sometimes my mind just goes crazy. I don't know, I had those ideas this week, and I thought, I'll put those together so I can start to adding those to my episodes. Yeah, so it'll be there just to have some fun. But important, because when you think about it, fear, knowledge, imagination, those are very important parts of our lives that you need to be aware of, think about, and really get tied into all the different aspects as we go through things. But anyway, hopefully you had some fun with it, as much fun as I did putting them together. Anyway, like I said, James 3 is what we're going to look at today. It says, "Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. For we all stumble in many ways, and if anyone does not stumble in what he says, he is a perfect man, able also to bridle his whole body. If we put bits into the mouths of horses so that they obey us, we guide their whole bodies as well. Look at the ships also, though they are so large, are driven by strong winds. They are guided by a very small rudder, wherever the will of the pilot directs. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire, and the tongue is a fire, a world of unrighteousness. The tongue is set among others, staining the whole body, setting on fire the entire course of life, and set on fire by hell. For every kind of beast and bird or reptile and sea creature can be tamed and has been tamed by mankind, but no human can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil full of deadly poison. With it we bless our Lord and Father, and with it we curse people who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth comes blessings and cursings. My brothers, these things ought not to be so. Does a spring pour forth from the same opening both fresh and salt water? Can a fig tree, my brothers, bear olives, or a grapevine produce figs? Neither can a salt pond yet yield fresh water. Who is wise and understanding among you? By his good conduct let him show his works in the meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy or selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast and be false to the truth. That this is not the wisdom that comes from above, but is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. For where jealousy and self-ambition exist, there will be disorder and every vile practice. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere, and a harvest of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. James 3 is what we're looking at today. That first part, talking about the tongue, I remember seeing a post, it was a meme on Facebook this past week, talking about words, how words can be forgiven, but not forgotten. And that is so true. Because no matter how many times you try to wipe out of your mind that negative word, that negative thought that was given to you or said to you, it's there. It's hard to wipe those away. I know, because I deal with that on a daily basis. I'm always trying to wipe these bad things out of my head, the bad words that were said to me growing up, the bad things said to me as an adult. Again, we need 70% more encouragement, more praise than we need the criticism. Because as they say, that one piece of criticism wipes out all the good that was given. It's a very interesting piece that we need to be very cautious and careful with as we are having those conversations and dealing with people. And a lot of times I've had this conversation with friends about when they're talking about their managers or supervisors or teachers. The Bible talks about being a teacher. You're held to a higher judgment, a higher strictness, just like a manager is. But then how many times have you worked with a manager that is very demeaning? In fact, a lot of times you feel that self-ambition from those that are trying to make their way up the ladder. But that's them. We're talking about you. We're talking about me. All you can do is be good to them. Be kind to them. Love your enemy. Kill them with kindness. The best way you can. We hear about that, and we've talked about it many times, and I'm sure you've heard about it, and it gets shared many times over. But it's how we have to. How are you living your life? How are you dealing with situations? How am I reacting when things are happening around me? That's what's important. That is what you need to be aware of, because you are the one trying to be the better you. I am trying to be the better me. Being better today than I was yesterday. Being better tomorrow than I was today. Trying not to worry about things, which is hard. The Bible even says, let tomorrow worry about tomorrow. Well, deal with today. Be in the now. Be in this moment. I fail at that all the time. And a lot of times we get pushed to fail that way at work and at home because of something that's coming up or needing to be done. Yes, we need to be aware of timelines and when things need to be done. But if you are staying on top of what needs to be done, not procrastinating and waiting to the last minute, like many of us do, I will admit I have, things are not going to be as bad. Things will be better. Things will get done. Hopefully it keeps that stress level down. I'm trying to figure out my stress level this week because I'll be honest, I woke up with a headache again this morning. Actually, I've been dealing with a couple of them this week. I'm really tight. I was talking with a friend and they said, you need some massage therapy. I'm like, I'm not going to disagree with that because I am just, as whenever I see my chiropractor, he's like, you can bounce a quarter off your shoulders. I could probably bounce a horse off my shoulders. But we've got to figure out a way to, keep our mind calm, to be able to deal with things better, to deal with life, deal with situations better than we do, and be aware of what we say, Words are very important. Words will build up. Words will destroy. We are responsible for the words that come out of our mouth. I am responsible for the words that come out of my mouth. You are responsible for the words that come out of your mouth. I do the best I can. I fail. James 3, that's what we looked at today. Read it. How does it speak to you? How does it help you as you are dealing with life to really apply that both personally and professionally to really help you be that better person? If you enjoyed this podcast, please share it with others on social media. In fact, you can find me on social media, both Facebook and Twitter at My Buddy Jimmy, and on YouTube at My Buddy Jimmy 101. Find all my other podcasts that I do, my different interviews, stories that I read, whatever comes out of my brain, my imagination, my creativity, and who knows whatever else I'll be sharing with you soon as well. Thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless.
The Jimmy Olsen
Radio Network.